Hello, hello! Olá! Tudo bom, gente? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Please write down the comments. Just let me check on the technology. I'm not a technology guy, so I need to see how this works. So, can you hear me well? Can you see me? Yay, Paola! Eldad! Carla! Yes, awesome. You can hear me perfect. Yes, great. Paola, it's so good to have you here. Eldad, Carla, thank you for joining. So let's wait a little bit. I'm so glad that this project has started. I have been thinking about this project for a while now, of having these free lessons live on YouTube. And I'm so glad that I began this, you know. It's a it's a process of getting yourself into the things you set your mind to, but once you've got that on your mind, go for it, right? We've got so much to learn. Those who are on Instagram, come join us on YouTube. I will share the screen. It will be much easier to understand the concepts and the differences between SER and ESTAR. So join us on YouTube. Link is in bio. And the focus will be entirely here on YouTube. Okay? Um, I really like this topic because I have realized that many students, regardless of their level, they struggle with this topic. You know, Sometimes they wonder, especially if their native language is English, especially why? Because English, you've got verb to be, and that's it. Whereas in Portuguese, we've got two verbs for verb to be, and that is ser and estar. So we've got to, we can get confused sometimes. Oh, is it ser or is it estar? Is it or is it estar? You know? And I see my students struggling with that sometimes, regardless of their level. I see advanced students with that kind of confusion, beginners, basic level, intermediate, all of them. And that's why I chose this topic to be our first topic. Every week, we will tackle a different subject. Every week, we will focus on a specific grammar point that I see that students usually struggle with. And why do I want to do this? Why do I want to work on grammar points? Because I think that they are important in communication, you know? And there are some aspects that they are very relevant, very relevant to the communication, to understanding, to make yourself understood. All right? So, um, who here is a Master Club student? Who is part of Master Club? Can you write down in the comments Master? Just that, Master. So I can see who's here. I know there are some Master Club students here. I know it. And I'm very glad. This is just the first lesson. We will do this ongoing. Yes! We've got Master Club students in the house. Awesome! I am so glad. I've just we've just had a conversation club 2 hours ago, and I was talking to my students how excited I was about this project, and here I am, and here we are. And those who are not Master Club students, sejam bem-vindos. Welcome, welcome. I will talk about myself very briefly in a minute. So, I am so excited, so excited. So, um, let me, okay, so let's begin. Let's begin. Hmm, okay. All right. So here we go. Quem é Yuri Pais? First of all, I will begin talking a little bit about myself. I know there are a few students who don't know me, have never seen my face ever. So, quem é Yuri Pais? I am Yuri Pais. I am Brazilian. I live in Fortaleza and I'm a Portuguese teacher for foreigners. I have been teaching for more than 10 years. I have taught in Thailand, I have taught in China, in Brazil. I love traveling. So if you do love traveling, you are on my team. And o que é Master Portuguese? Master Portuguese is my online school of Portuguese teaching. I'm setting this up, I'm building this school from scratch, and I'm very, very glad of what I have been doing so far, the students I've got, and the projects that I have on my mind and the projects that I execute. And this is one of them. And por que eu estou aqui? Why am I here? Because I want to teach people my language. This is what I'm here for, to teach people as many people as possible my language, my culture, things about my country. And this is what I love teaching. So that's why I'm here. It's a brief introduction so you get to know me a little bit. I've got here my orange juice. I love orange juice. Eu amo suco de laranja. And when I'm excited, and when I'm anxious, when I'm nervous, I always drink orange juice because it calms me down. And I am very excited. So that's why I've got my orange juice with me, right? And so let's get started here. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining. I'm very, very glad that you're here, that you took your time to be here with me. And let's begin talking about the differences between verbs ser and estar. So, this way of presenting the lesson, it's totally new for me. I'm getting used to it, but there will be a PDF file with all this information that you will be able to download. And this is the PDF file. The differences between verbs ser and estar, there is my explanation and tables and charts and examples. So you will be able to download this on Telegram, on Master Portuguese Telegram channel. If you are not on Master Portuguese Telegram channel yet, you can join by the link that is on the description. All right. And my students, you will get this on your email. So don't worry. You will get this PDF file with all of this that you are going to see by email. Okay. So what are the differences between verbs ser and estar, and why is it so confusing? So verbs ser and estar, they're so confusing, especially for English native speakers, because it's they have one verb, to be, but we've got two, ser and estar. And that is why it's confusing, because if you have one and in another language you've got two that mean two different things, then you've got to understand when to use one and when to use the other. And this is why you're here for, to finally understand why and in which situations we use one or the other. Okay? So thank you so much, thank you so much. Muito obrigado por estarem aqui. This lesson will mostly be in English, so you can understand the concept, okay? And total beginner students can benefit from this, as well as intermediate level students, advanced level students. You can all benefit from this, right? Of course, there will be some Portuguese, otherwise it wouldn't be a Portuguese lesson. But let's get started. So, what is really the difference between SER and ESTAR? As a general idea, there are two main differences between these two verbs. And verb SER is used mainly to talk about permanent features. Have you got your notebook with you? Write this down. Permanent features, permanent characteristics. They are verb SER is used to talk about the essence of something, of what something is. This is what verb SER is used. And estar, on the other hand, is used to talk about transitory characteristics, conditions, temporary actions. So we've got, on one hand, verb SER that we use to talk about permanent features, permanent characteristics, the essence of something, essential parts of someone or things. And on the other hand, we've got verb estar to talk about transitory characteristics, actions in progress, conditions. This is the main difference. But you may ask, Yuri, it's too vague for me. I need to see examples. Don't worry, we will get there. We will see examples and we will work on examples. So, first of all, do you understand this concept? Do you understand this difference, this broader difference between SER and ESTAR? Please write down in the comments, I do, if you understand. I don't. Please repeat if you don't understand. Your feedback is very important to me. So, as this is very different from Zoom, I don't have my students interacting with me, you students interacting with me. I need you to comment and let me know that you are following me so I can continue, so I can carry on. All right? So let me know. Yes, Naida. Ah, awesome, awesome. Yes, great, great. Então, these are the two main differences, the broader difference between SER and ESTAR. Okay, so you can memorize the acronym doctor for verb SER. Doctor. Yes. So we use verb SER for dates, occupation, characteristics, time, origin, and relations. Oh, Yuri, are you going to go through all of them? Yes, I will go through each one of them and more. All right. So, hello, Leslie. Join us on YouTube. Join us live on YouTube so you can see my screen share. Yes. So, date, occupation, characteristics, permanent characteristics, time, origin, and relations. This is what you are going to use verb SER for. Okay? We will go through each one of them with examples. And for verb estar, place, the acronym place, position, location, action, condition, and emotion. So every time you talk about a location, a position, condition, emotion, you are going to use verb estar. So we've got doctor for verb ser, doctor, and we've got place for verb estar. Position, location, action, condition, emotion. Okay? So let's go through each one of them with examples. Before we begin, let's review something. We have to identify verb ser and verb estar, right? You will not always say ser and estar, but you will see them disguised. And they are disguised in different forms. Verb ser and verb estar and any other verb, they can be disguised in different forms. And imagine as a person. A verb is a person. Verb ser is a person. And a person changes their mood. Sometimes they're happy, sometimes they're sad, sometimes they're angry. And here we will use the word tense in the sense of how tense someone is to do something, how tense someone is to be by someone else's side. And it's the same thing for verbs. Regarding who they are with or in which situation they are with, they change their tense. And persons, depending on the person, eu, tu, nós, they change as well. So we've got to pay attention to those three things: mood, tense, and person. And those things are conjugation. So verb conjugation is basically a verb in disguise. Okay? So there are three different moods that our verb can be: indicative, subjunctive, and imperative. Okay? Three moods: indicative, subjunctive, and imperative. You will see, yes, neither. You will get all this on PDF file. Yeah. So there are three different moods: indicative, subjunctive, and imperative. Okay? And they will change, the verbs will change based on their moods. But not only that. So if they are on an indicative mood, we've got different tenses. They feel tense, you know? So we've got presente, pretérito perfeito, pretérito imperfeito, pretérito mais que perfeito, futuro do presente, futuro do pretérito. Should you worry about all this and on this lesson? Absolutely not. I'm just giving you a broad idea of what verbs in Portuguese are. Okay? So they fall into this. Then, subjunctive mood, they also have some tenses: presente, pretérito imperfeito, and futuro. Three tenses. And imperative mood, it has no tense. It just has negative and affirmative. All right? So, and besides that, the verb changes according to the person. So, we've got eu, tu, ele, ela, você, a gente, nós, vós, eles, elas, vocês. Tu and voice, they have some particularities. Voice, for example, it's not used in Brazil. It's not used in Brazil. So you can just cross that. Don't worry about that. Tu is used in Brazil, in some regions of Brazil, but it will be focus of another lesson. It's another topic, when to use tu and when to use você. So we won't worry about tu on this lesson. And A gente, if you have never seen a gente before, a gente is the same as we. It's the same as nós. All right? So, eu has a conjugation. Eu sou, for verb ser. Eu sou. Ele, ela, você, a gente é. Nós somos. E eles, elas, vocês são. So first things first, you must recognize what is a verb ser. And this is verb ser in the indicative mood presente. Eu sou, ele é, ela é, você é, a gente é, nós somos, eles, elas, vocês são. Why am I talking about this? Because it would be very weird if I talked about verb ser and you didn't even know how to conjugate the verb, if you didn't even know how to recognize its disguise. Okay? So that's important. That's key. If you are enjoying this lesson, please hit the like button on YouTube. It helps us who teach online, who has videos on YouTube, hit like button so other people can know that this is good material. And just do it if you think that this lesson is good, that you are getting great value from this lesson. All right? And before you leave, if you're going to leave early, because sometimes we've got other things to do, hit like before you leave. All right? Great. And thank you so much. So, this is what we've got for verb to be. Eu sou, ela é, ele é, nós somos, eles são. But one of the things that I realized is that when we don't have these pronouns, students usually don't know what to say. Students usually don't know what, if we use it singular, if we use it plural. For example, we've got a praia singular, é. As praias, plural, são. So even if you don't have a pronoun, if the subject is different, if it's a singular subject, as a praia, then é. If it's a plural subject, then we've got são. And remember, this is for present tense, okay? For present, for presente. Outro exemplo. Fortaleza é linda. Fortaleza é linda. Fortaleza, singular. As cidades do Brasil são lindas. Por exemplo, são as cidades, plural, são. Ok? Fortaleza é, as cidades são. All right. So, now that we understood the disguises a verb can have, we will see the 10 different ways of using verb ser. And remember the acronym, doctor? The first letter, D, is for dates. So we use verb ser for dates. For example, hoje é 11 de junho de 2021. Hoje é 11 de junho de 2021. Today is June the 11th, 2021. Hoje é. And you see that it's hoje, singular. Então, hoje é. Outro exemplo. Meu aniversário é dia 19 de julho. Meu aniversário é dia 19 de julho. Isso é verdade, tá? This is true. Meu aniversário é. Meu aniversário, singular. Então, é. A próxima aula é dia 18 de junho. A próxima aula, next class, is on June the 18th. É dia 18 de junho. É. Amanhã é sábado. Tomorrow is Saturday. Amanhã é sábado. É. So you can see that when we talk about dates, we use verb ser. And that's it. So just write down on your notebook, dates, verb ser. Any questions so far? If you have questions throughout the lesson, just write down in the comment section. I have access to the comment section right here, so I can have a look at your question and help you out. Okay? And then I will answer the questions as soon as I can. As soon as I finish an idea, I will be able to answer your questions if you've got any. All right? Então vamos lá. Verb ser, dates. 2. Occupation. Remember doctor? D-O, occupation. And it can be your job, it can be a hobby, it can be an occupation. Por exemplo, eu sou professor de português. Eu sou professor de português. This is my job. This is what I do. Eu sou professor de português. Vocês são alunos. Vocês são alunos. This is what you are. Vocês são alunos. A Beyoncé e a Rihanna são cantoras. A Beyoncé e a Rihanna são cantoras. This is what they are. This is what they do for a living. Beyoncé e Rihanna are singers. E ela é contadora. Ela é contadora. So, to talk about dates, to talk about occupation, jobs, profession, we use verb ser, okay? And this is very interesting. The other day, this week, just a side note, I was listening to something, I think a podcast, something online. And then the interviewee said, eu não sou. The interviewee said, eu não sou nutricionista. Eu estou nutricionista. Nutricionista. And I was like, interesting concept. Because she didn't say what she wanted to say, that her profession was temporary. You see, she wanted to make sure that her profession, she wanted to tell, well, I am a dietitian, nutritionist right now, but I may not be tomorrow. So that concept was very interesting for me. But in normal language, in normal Portuguese, we use verb ser and not verb estar for profession, for jobs. Ok? Então, ela é nutricionista, even though she may say that ela está nutricionista. And I totally understand her concept of saying that eu estou nutricionista. Okay? But bear in mind that for professions, verb ser. 3. Characteristics. Physical appearance, what makes it your essence? Eu sou alto. Isso é verdade. Eu sou alto. Nós somos inteligentes. Eu, você, nós somos inteligentes. Ela é magra. Essência. The essence. Permanent features. This is what we are. Ok? Eu sou alto, nós somos inteligentes e ela é magra. Now, 4th, remember doctor? D, date. We use verb ser. O, occupation. C, characteristics. T, time. So, que horas são? Que horas são? Agora, em Fortaleza, são 4:30 da tarde. Agora em Fortaleza, são 4:30 da tarde. São 4 horas da tarde. É meio-dia. So we use verb ser. And once one of my students asked me, Yuri, I never know how to say it in Portuguese when in English the sentence begins with it. Like, it is 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And in Portuguese, there is no it. You just begin with the verb. São, if it's plural, é, if it's singular, right? And this is very interesting because in English you've got it, and you can try to find a translation for it. You will never find it. In this example, it is 4 o'clock. There is no word for it. So just ignore it and say são 4 horas, são 3 horas, são 10 horas. Plural. And for singular, é meio-dia, é 1 hora da tarde, é meia-noite. Okay? So we use verb ser for date, occupation, characteristics, time. Fifth, origin. Origin. So if you want to talk about someone's origin or something's origin, ser. Eu sou brasileiro. Eu sou de Fortaleza. Eu sou brasileiro is like a characteristic, right? It shouldn't be here. But eu sou de Fortaleza. This is my origin. I am from Fortaleza. Eu sou de Fortaleza. Minha aluna é do México. Minha outra aluna é dos Estados Unidos. Origin. Minha aluna é americana. Vocês são japoneses? Vocês vêm do Japão? Vocês são do Japão? Né? Let's put it this way. Vocês são do Japão? Origin. Okay? So we've got dates, occupation, characteristics, time, and origin. And then we also have got relations. What do you mean, Yuri? We use the verb ser to talk about marital status, religion, beliefs, and political affiliation. So you can say, eles são casados. Eles são casados. Ele é solteiro. For example, ele é solteiro. Okay? I mean that he is single. Ela é viúva. She is a widow. Ela é, ele é, nós somos. Religion. Ela é católica. Ela é judia. Ele é protestante. Religions. Verb ser. Meu amigo é ateu. Muitas pessoas são democratas. Então, political affiliation. Muitas pessoas são democratas. Muitas pessoas são republicanas. Ok? Verb ser. Meu amigo é. Você é. Muitas pessoas são. And pay attention. Meu amigo, singular. Singular. Então, é. Muitas pessoas, plural. Então, são. Certo? Always bear that in mind. Singular é. plural, são. Ótimo. How is it going so far? Is it too fast? Is it okay? Is there any question? Please give some feedback so I can carry on while I'll have my orange juice. If you're live, if you're on Instagram, follow us on YouTube. We're live on YouTube right now. And it's much better on YouTube because you can see my screen share. All right? Okay. Is it going well so far? Yes. Ótimo. Maravilha. So, 7. 7. The material something is made of, we also use verb ser. A casa é de vidro. A casa é de vidro. So this is the material that the house is made of. It's a glass house. A parede é de tijolo. This is what the wall is made of. A parede é de tijolo. It's a brick wall. Todas as camisas são de algodão. All shirts are of cotton fabric. Certo? So this is not part of our acronym, but it's also verb ser. Material something is made of. Okay? For example, esse caderno é feito de papel. Esse caderno é feito de papel. Então, ou é de papel. Então, esse caderno é de papel. Esse caderno é de papel. Verbo ser. Número 8. Possession. Posse. When we want to talk about possession. Esse celular é meu. Esse celular é meu. This mobile phone is mine. Aqueles livros são do meu pai. Aqueles livros são do meu pai. So, we use verb to be. Esse celular é. Aqueles livros são de alguém. Esse celular é meu. Aquele livro é do meu pai. Aquele carro é da minha mãe. Yeah. Possession. 9. We've got two more. Two more. Where an event takes place. A conferência internacional esse ano é em Fortaleza. A conferência internacional esse ano é em Fortaleza. So the international conference this year is in Fortaleza. O casamento é na praia, no Nordeste do Brasil. So this event, o casamento, é na praia, no Nordeste do Brasil. So every time that you want to talk about where an event takes place, we use verb ser. For example, another example, a reunião é no escritório. A reunião é no escritório. The meeting is in the office. A reunião é no escritório. Ok? Então, to talk about the material something is made of, verb ser. Possession, verb ser. Where an event takes place, verb ser. And the last one, impersonal expressions. What are impersonal expressions, Yuri? So, impersonal expressions focus on the subjectivity of a statement. It's someone's opinion, someone's values. For example, é importante cuidar bem da nossa saúde. I think it's important to take care of our health. É importante. And then we go back to what my students told me once. It begins with it. It is important. How do I say that it is? Get rid of it and just say é. É importante cuidar bem da saúde. And if it's plural, são. São necessárias medidas de segurança contra a Covid-19. Então, são necessárias medidas de segurança. Ok? Então, impersonal expressions, someone's values, opinions, é, os, são. É for singular, são for plural. So it depends on what you are going to say, but it's still verb ser. So, this is just verb ser, all right? We are going to see verb star, but star, it's much, much less information on star. And let's recap. Verb ser. We use verb ser for to talk about. We use verb ser to talk about. Remember doctor, D, dates, O, occupation. Hoje é 11 de junho. Eu sou professor de português. Eu sou alto, characteristics. Agora são 4h42 da tarde, time. Origin, eu sou de Fortaleza. Relations, eu sou solteiro. Material, something that's made of. A casa é de vidro. Possession, esse celular é meu. Where an event takes place. Master Portuguese International Conference. A Conferência Internacional do Master Português é em Fortaleza em 2022. Imagine that, a international conference of Master Portuguese learners, everyone from around the world meeting in Fortaleza for a speaking session and sharing ideas and sharing travel. Wow, that's interesting. I've got an idea on my mind right now. And impersonal expressions. Okay, so to talk about statements, someone's opinions and values. All right? So, how's it going so far? Lots of information, right? I hope you have written down some of this information, but you will have access to the PDF file. And well, Paola, I love this. I've just had this idea. So who knows? You know, I will let you know. I will let you all know when this Master Portuguese International Conference is happening. Okay? Great. So let's carry on. Have you subscribed to this channel yet? So, if you are not subscribed to Master Portuguese YouTube channel yet, please do so. You will be notified when new video is out, when a live lesson on YouTube is out as well. So, please do it right now. Okay? Now, verb estar. Yes, Eldred. Dr. MPWI. That's his name. MPWI. I really like that. So you can remember that. Well, Dr. MPWI. So, identifying verb estar. Eu estou. Ele, ela, você, a gente está. Nós estamos. Eles, elas, vocês estão. This is something interesting right here. Tô is what you hear in spoken Portuguese. Eu tô, instead of eu estou. Ele, ela, você, a gente tá. Então, ele tá, ela tá, você tá. Nós Estamos. Ah, nós estamos. You may have heard this expression, tamo junto. Tamo junto is an expression, very informal expression that means we're in this together. Tamo junto. We're in this together. Tamo junto. E eles, elas, você estão. Ah, eles estão felizes. Eles estão em Fortaleza. Okay, so first things first, you must be able to recognize verb estar. What is verb estar? What disguises they have? Here they are. Okay, and so same thing goes here. If it's singular, está. If it's plural, estão. O pássaro está, os pássaros estão. Okay? If you don't have these pronouns, just pay attention if the subject is singular, está. If it's plural, estão. Okay. So, first, remember the acronym? Place. Place. And P stands for position. Eu não sei onde minha chave está. Eu não sei onde minha chave está. So, we use está for position. Informal Portuguese, spoken Portuguese. Eu não sei onde minha chave está. Eu não sei onde minha chave está. Outro exemplo. Os gatos estão debaixo da cama. Os gatos estão debaixo da cama. Os gatos estão debaixo da cama. Spoken Portuguese. Position. Okay? 2. The acronym place. P, position. L, location. For example, and this is a very sad example. A gente não está nas Ilhas Maldivas. Spoken Portuguese, a gente não está nas Ilhas Maldivas. We are not in the Maldive Islands. Well, this is life, isn't it? Então, a gente não está. Location. We are not there. Onde você está? Onde você está? Location. Onde você está? Then you call your son, or your boyfriend, or your girlfriend, or whoever you want to call. Onde você está? Onde você está? Ok? Minha irmã está em casa. Minha irmã está em casa. So, we use verb estar for position, location, place, acronym, place, action in progress. We will have a lesson on this, a full lesson only on this. And for the Master Club students, Mission 9 of the Essential Portuguese course will be about action in progress. So you will learn this on Mission 9. So, verb estar plus gerund. Basically, gerund are those verbs ending in ando, endo, indo. For example, você está aprendendo português. This is an action. This is an ongoing action. Você está aprendendo português. Ou você está aprendendo português. O que vocês estão fazendo? O que vocês estão fazendo? Ou o que vocês estão fazendo? Ok? Ongoing action. Ah, a gente está fazendo uma peixada. A gente está fazendo uma peixada. Eu amo peixada. Amo. Fish stew. Então, we use verb estar for ongoing actions. Actions in progress. And we only use, in that situation, if we have the structure verb estar plus a gerund form of the verb. Okay? Which is basically a verb ending in ando, endo, or indo. So you see, está aprendendo, fazendo. Oh, I did only examples with endo. But let's see. Eu estou falando e você está ouvindo. Right now. Eu estou falando e você está ouvindo. I am talking and you are listening. Ok? Então, verbo está. Eu estou, você está. Eu tô, você tá. Eu tô falando, você tá ouvindo. 4 e 5. 4 e 5 juntos. 4 e 5 together. Condition and emotions. Eu estou de bom humor. I'm in a good mood. This is a temporary condition. I'm not always in a good mood. Believe me, I'm not always in a good mood. Eu estou de bom humor. Eu tô de bom humor. Eles estão cansados. Eles estão cansados. They are not tired forever. Imagine someone who is tired forever, for life tired. Eles estão, it's temporary. Eles estão cansados. Nós estamos felizes com o seu sucesso. Nós estamos felizes com o seu sucesso. We're happy with your success. So we're happy now. This success, the happiness is a temporary thing here. We are not happy for life because of your success. Well, we may be, but not in this case. Okay? So, right now, these are the 5 things, 5 situations, let's put it that way, that you can use verb to be. I take that back. That you use verb estar. That you use verb estar. Okay? So, place, position, location, action in progress, condition, and emotion. Okay? Yuri, but is it possible like that you can use one and the other in the same sentence? Yes, but the meaning is different. We've got a different meaning if you use one or the other. For example, if I say, ela é alegre. Ela é alegre. And if I say, ela está alegre. Ela está alegre. That is different. But in English, it's the same. She is happy. She is happy. And what is the difference? Ela é alegre. It means that that's what she is. She is happy for life. She's always smiling. This is the way she is. Ela é alegre. But if I say ela está alegre, it means that at that moment, right there, she is happy. And she's not always like that. Sometimes she's sad, sometimes she's down, sometimes she's anxious. But you can use both. There are some people that we look and we say, ela é alegre, ela é feliz. And there are some people that we say, ela está feliz because she won in the lottery, for example. Okay, so this is the concept that I want you to get out of this lesson understanding, is that there are situations that you will be able to use one or the other. And it will be correct. They will be correct. But you'll have to pay attention to the meaning, what you want to say. Okay? So, ela é alegre. So, if you say that someone, ele é triste. If you say, ele é triste, it means that this person is triste for life. It's like, ele é assim, this is how he is, you know? But ele está triste, this is temporary. This is a moment that he's going through. This is something that he has to deal with in his life, okay? Então, ele é e ele está, they differ right there. Another example. Minha amiga é da Inglaterra. Minha amiga é da Inglaterra. So, you see here, origin, origem. And when we talk about origin, verb ser. Now, minha amiga está na Inglaterra. What is this? Oops. Localização. Localização. Location. And remember, location, verb estar. Então, minha amiga é da Inglaterra. This is where she is from. E minha amiga está na Inglaterra. Localização. And it's temporary. She may not be in England next week. Ok? Então, minha amiga está na Inglaterra, minha amiga é da Inglaterra. So it depends on what you want to say. The meaning, if it's location, if it's origin, and then we follow that acronym doctor for verb ser, doctor MIWI, eldered MPWI, and place for verb estar. Have you got any questions so far? Please let me know. I'll get my juice. How's it going? What was it easy to follow? How's it going over there? Another example here. This is very interesting example. Fortaleza está muito fria, mas normalmente Fortaleza é muito quente. So, with this example, I want you to fully understand. Fortaleza is very hot, but normally Fortaleza is very cold, but normally Fortaleza is very hot. Okay? So, Fortaleza está muito fria, mas normalmente Fortaleza é muito quente. You see? So, Fortaleza, this is where I am from. And Fortaleza boils my brain day in and day out. Believe me. And the other day, I said, Fortaleza tá muito fria. Because I knew it was temporary. You know? Because I know that Fortaleza é quente. So with this example, I think that you understood the concept. It's always hot in Fortaleza. The minimum degree that we've got this year was 20 degrees Fahrenheit. And when I tell my students this and I say it's cold, they laugh at my face. But, so, for me, it was cold. Então, Fortaleza está muito fria, mas é normalmente quente, certo? Outro exemplo. A Islândia é muito fria. A Islândia é muito fria. Mas hoje ela está quente. I don't know, but let's suppose that it is. A Islândia é muito fria, mas hoje ela está quente. So, this is how the country is. But this is how the country is temporarily at this specific moment. Neither. Place the E in places emotions. Okay, so we've got the C for condition and E for emotions. So, eu estou feliz. This is how I'm feeling. Eu estou feliz. So we use verb estar. Okay? So, a Islândia é muito fria, mas hoje ela está muito quente. So, this is the basic concept that I want to get out of this lesson understanding. Like, okay, I can use both verbs in the same sentence, but they will mean different things. Linda, I hope that too. I hope that the glasses don't melt. Yes. And by the way, Iceland is one of the places that I am dying to visit. I have seen great pictures of that place and it's on my bucket list. Okay. So um, let's get going. Questions? Any questions? No questions? If you have no questions, I will understand that you understood it very well, that my explanation was wonderful. And I hope it was. Yeah, I always do my best for my students. And I'm still getting used to this. This is the first YouTube live that I do. I'm getting used to the technology and getting used to this platform and sharing the screen. And so it's all on me, but I think I got my message across. Um, and what I want you to get out of this lesson is the content, is to learn Portuguese. If you leave this live and you have learned something new, and if I have contributed to something new to your process of learning Portuguese, I'm happy. And I am so happy, by the way. Eu estou muito feliz. You see here, eu estou muito feliz. Yeah, awesome. Muito obrigado, Nick. Muitíssimo obrigado. Obrigado, Linda, Eldad, Carla, Naida. Yes, Paola. Então, eu estou muito feliz. Emotions, okay? So, talking about emotion, eu estou feliz. It's something temporary. Oh, it's so sad to say, isn't it? It's something temporary to say eu estou feliz. It means that I won't be happy in a few minutes. Well, but this is life, isn't it? Sometimes we're happy, sometimes we're not, and life goes on. So, how useful was this lesson to your learning process? Think about that. How was it? Like this video on YouTube. If you got good information out of this lesson, follow Master Portuguese on Instagram at Master Portuguese and practice listening, vocabulary, and grammar daily on the stories. Every day I am on the stories on Instagram, speaking Portuguese and talking and giving students listening practice, vocabulary exercises, grammar exercises every day, talking about my daily life. So follow Master Portuguese on Instagram to get that. And join Telegram channel to download the PDF file. So this file will be on um, Telegram channel, okay, and you will be able to download this for free. Just join. The link to join Telegram channel is on the description of this video. And also, if you want to sign up to Master Portuguese newsletter, go onto my website, masteryourportuguese.com, and you can sign up. I will email you new content, and I will email you when the lesson begins every Friday so you do not miss. All right? Um, muitíssimo obrigado. Muitíssimo obrigado. Obrigado, obrigado, gente. Eu estou muito feliz. Muito feliz that I have begun this project. I have begun this project. E yes, Naida, eles estão cansados. It's a condition. Yeah, that's right. E I'm very, very happy to begin this project. Every Friday, I will be here teaching a grammar point that I see that students usually struggle with, and that I know that it's a common thing, and that all the students can benefit from my explanation to what the students have problems with. So thank you very much. Muitíssimo obrigado. And I'll see you around. Vejo vocês por aí, hein? Tchau, tchau, gente.